Hey YouTube, welcome back. It's Wes here from the Imaginarium of Wes MiSENER. I have another video for you today. Today's topic is how to think like a fashion designer. I'm pretty excited to cover this topic. This is more of an opinionated and less technical video, but I'm just going to talk about, from my perspective. I think probably the most critical thing, to think like a fashion designer is to be very firm in your belief, especially with the design. Everything from the shape to the color to whatever expression you're looking to put out there and to create. I think it's so important that you have a firm belief in what you're doing and not questioning your imagination or what the ideas are, how people will receive what you've created, or even what's on trend or what's selling well. I think that kind of stuff really gets in the way of more unique and sort of expressive work. That I think we need a lot more of that in fashion than say the commercial, sell, the stuff that let's try to impress everyone and make as much money. I mean, you can have your commercial line, but I think you also, as an independent designer, as someone who's developing your brand and independent and have your own viewpoints, that it's critical that you bring that out of yourself, that firm belief in what the design is, and be unwavering with the what you believe in, and not shift from that, because it's a world, like I see a world of copycats. I see a world of people doing things to try to tell you they're a designer, or try to make the world think they are. But I see a lot of stuff that's just copying what everyone else is doing or whatever's on the latest trend. And don't get me wrong, like with your commercial line and stuff, or even with your creative stuff, that's normal to be on trend. The way I look at it is, as humans and stuff, we can't help but move along together, and so that's already going to be taken care of, like being on trend. If you're receptive and cutting edge energy, that's moving along in the world, you're going to have that. The problem is when you start designing just solely focused on what other people will think, instead of having your own very solid viewpoint. And when you're a designer, and when you're doing your own line, you almost have to become like a leader. You're like, this is my viewpoint, this is what I believe, this is what I stand for. I'm willing to put it out there, without any expectation whether people will like it, they won't like it, whether they think it's good, it's bad. You have to get really firm with, this is my line, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to do, this is what inspires me, and believe that the people, that enjoy your work, or follow your work, or want to buy your work will appreciate that. And obviously that is not easy when you start designing and you start really putting yourself into it, because nobody wants to feel like rejected, especially with work, especially if you worked on a piece so long and hard, and then you put it out there, and nobody gives you good feedback, or nobody wants to buy it and stuff, and you're just like, oh, I put all this time, energy, money, and I put my heart and soul in that, and why doesn't the world appreciate that? I don't, if you did all those things that I just mentioned before, I believe there will be people that will appreciate it. But I'm talking more from internal, that if that's your favorite piece in the line, and nobody else loves it but you love it, that's that's so rewarding. So I'm trying to tell you, come from the outside or come from the inside out in terms of your design. Really get inside and really get excited and really just express yourself in the best way you can, and then let it go what happens as far as how the world receives it. I don't think you can be a genuine designer. I don't even think, like, let's just even take this to life. I don't even think you can be a genuine human being if you're not able to do that. So I think this transfers a lot deeper than just fashion design, but I think you can apply this like from other areas in your life to fashion design, that you have to believe and accept the ideas that are coming to you and the creative energy, and just put it out there. Maybe it won't be received well this year, maybe next year it will be. Like, I don't, who knows, right? The trends are so up and down, and you know 90s is in, and then workwear is in, and like it's just swirling around. And I want to see more original work. I want to see very solid viewpoints, and like people putting things out there in fashion that they're like, yeah, that's I love that. Like, I love seeing that very firm opinion, without just copying what everyone else is doing or looking on Instagram. Like, I see that as being very pseudo, like people trying to pretend they're original, but they're just copying. And I would like to see people not do that. I think, you're inspired to do this, you're inspired to be a designer, and I think your gift to the world is you can give in a creative way that is what you believe in, and let it out there and put it out there, and give it to people, without expectation of how they'll receive it. And I think that's a gift that you can give the world. I think that is far more important than being popular, being, like impressing people, or like tricking people into believing that that's original when it's just copied. It's just like people there. I mean, there are companies that just copy, and it's like, it's not great. It's not original. It's not inspiring, and it lacks substance. So I'm telling you, think like the fashion designer that wants to give the world their gift of their creativity and their expression, and there's nothing wrong with that. So when I say think like a fashion designer, I say think like an original designer. Think like a in touch with themselves designer, someone who's very like genuine, and like just willing to put their work out there without any expectations of anybody liking it. Or if you like it and it inspires you, put it out there, create it. Like, be that fashion designer. Think like that fashion designer. Those are the best ones. Like, if you look at the very best designers in the world, the very best fashion designers, they're solid in their viewpoint. Like, they put it out, and I'm sure when they first started it wasn't easy to be that way, but now people are like, they can't believe how great they are. And like, I think people will come around, with when you're putting ideas out there and you take a firm stance. Like, I really do believe that they will come around, but you just need to keep developing that, honing your creativity and your personality, and just like throw it out there, however you can, the best way you can. So I wanted to do this video to motivate you. I see a lot of copycats. I call it pseudo, pretending to be original, but it's just copying. And don't be that designer. We don't need more of that in the world, from my opinion. We need more original, or more original designers, more people in touch, in tune with their creativity, and bringing it from the outside, the inside out, and sharing it without any expectation, without caring what people will think, or even just being curious what people will think. If you like, in a lot of ways, sometimes I get very curious if I just release something that, I'm really in touch with, and I really enjoyed creating and expressing myself. I want to like almost like, how will they receive it? That is actually even kind of fun when you think of it that way. Like, I'm almost like, hopefully there are people that like it. Hopefully there are people that hate it. I mean, like, you'll get some kind of reaction, and it's stimulating, right? Especially with design. Like when you throw a new idea out there, like you just watch somebody and you see how they'll judge it, because obviously with your work or with anyone's work, like you can't be in control of how someone else is gonna, like look at your collection, and what the thoughts, and like you can't see through their eyes, you can only see through your eyes. So just do the best you can with expressing yourself, and I believe the rest will take care of itself. So if you got some value from this video, I hope you did. I wanted to share, some of my perspective on this topic. You can follow me on Instagram. My everything is below. My online store. If you want to donate to my work, you appreciated, some of the ideas and concepts I shared in this video, you can donate via PayPal. There's a link below. You can subscribe, comment, like. I mean, my email is below as well. Please get in touch if you have any questions, any comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much for watching. I'm appreciating everyone that is watching the videos. To be honest, I was a little scared about doing YouTube at the start, but it's actually become really fun. I enjoy, it's a lot. It's really out of my comfort zone to be doing these videos. Like I'm the kind of dude that's locked away in my studio and working away, instead of being in front of a bunch of people and putting videos out on YouTube. But I'm feeling really great about sharing my opinions on fashion, and trying to help you in the best way that I can. I feel doing these videos has been really it's been a really great experience. So I want to thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. There's a lot of stuff on samples, cutting a sample, more opinionated stuff, some ideas on fashion design and growing your line and developing your line. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care. Thank you. Bye.